Hello, this is not clickbait, this is not a joke, it is a very natural process. I'll explain to you how over time you shrink in height and, well, how to grow taller. And this is not only about looks, it's also about your health. You can gain up to 2 centimeters in height. Now, let me explain to you why we shrink. Let me demonstrate this with the help of our skeleton and Ina. Please, Ina, turn to the side. Now look, this is called lordosis. This curve here and this curve up here is another lordosis, and this here is called kyphosis. One curve is this way, another curve bends that way, and a third one goes this way again. And these curves cause people to shrink. But why? Because the muscles in the front here pull you forward more and more, so that the muscles in the back meant to pull back have to pull back even harder. And here, between the vertebral bodies of your spine, you have these vertebral discs, and these discs get compressed, pushed together more and more over time, and that adds up all along your entire spine. And the same tension that pushes your discs against each other and flattens them, the same tensions exacerbates these curves. Let me demonstrate this. So, Ina, please stand straight. And I hold my finger at the top of your height. Use my other arm for support. Now, take a bad posture with a rounded back. Slump your upper body. Don't bend your knees. The legs should be straight, only round your back. And as you can see from here to here, we're talking about more than 2 centimeters. These are the 2 main causes for this shrinking. And when you get ready to go to bed and you measure your height before bedtime and again the next morning, well, it could be that you wake up taller. Why? Because during the night, with gravity out of play, forces acting upon your body being distributed differently, your discs, even if your spine might show some pronounced curves, may recover and bounce back and expand. And that's why you're taller in the morning than the night before when, after a day of normal activity and tensed up muscles, you went to bed. And as often the case, the problem starts with sitting too much. Please, Ina, take a seat. So, what happens when Ina is sitting? The hip flexor becomes too short. It becomes shorter with your legs bent like this. This muscle pulls you forward more, this one in the back pulls backwards accordingly, and that means your lordosis is more pronounced and your discs are compressed and your back starts to round and your neck is sticking out like this. That happens when you sit. And people who sleep on their sides with their knees pulled up, well, they actually sit in their sleep. And that's a factor, 2 factors, that add up over time so that many people are smaller in old age as when they were 18. So, how can you grow taller again? How can anybody become taller again? By reversing these processes with the following exercises. Please help us spread this information because this is knowledge everybody should possess. Share this video with all those who want to be 2 centimeters taller so they learn about the background story to this. And we're going to show you 3 exercises, and it takes, if at all, only 5 minutes to do them. And after 5 minutes, you can measure how your height has changed up to 2 centimeters. Let's start with the first exercise. Ina, please, on all fours. And the first thing you're going to do is round your lower back. You at home do that too. Make sure your back is not overarched, kind of hollowed out, and then lower your body, leading with your groin slowly. And try not to arch your back hair too much and get your groin down to the mat. That means you don't hinge here in your lower back, but down there in your hip joints. And hang in there for a minute, feeling a stretch in your lower back, your groin, and allow this stretching pain to work, but stay under 10 on your personal pain scale. After a minute, leave this position and bring your left knee out and put your left foot on the inside of your right knee. And then you'll notice a different stretch in the right side of your pelvis. And now we're working on a different strand of the hip flexors, and that also contributes to a more pronounced lordosis. After another minute, bring your right knee out and put your right foot on your left knee, and now we'll have the same effect on the other side. Both sides need to be opened up. That's it for the first 3 minutes. And then you change positions and sit down with your legs stretched out in front of you. Open your legs to a 90-degree angle. Open them enough so you can easily grab your feet. In case you can't do this, here with Ina, it's less than 90 degrees. Go back to 90 degrees. If you can't reach your hands even at this 90-degree angle, then take our stretching strap or a towel and use that as an extension to reach your feet. And now it's important that you stretch the extensor muscles here, which contract your vertebral discs and make you smaller. Stretch them nicely. And you do that for 1 minute. And then for another minute, you pull your head down so that the extensor muscles on your cervical spine, responsible for making you shorter up here, that those get stretched out as well. After that, lie down on your back, put up your feet, and make sure by holding the top of your head that, please drop your arms to the side so the viewers can see. Make sure that your chin comes down. And now you elongate your cervical spine. You want to grow taller, right? And then you push your belly button down. And now you feel, as a result of these changes, you can feel how your head is moving up a bit on the mat. And that's thanks to this here and here getting elongated. You're really getting taller. And then you bring your knees down and make sure that your lumbar spine is flat on the mat. Pay attention. Your head does not rest on your hands, but on the mat. You're just lifting your head with your hands. So you could pull down your chin, your lumbar spine, and your knees. And then, remember, you want to get taller. You pull your legs longer by pushing your heels out. No, don't bend your feet. Like that, right. Your heels, you want to push them out. And then your head wants to move upwards. And you pull back your chin automatically. And then you stay like this. Hold this position with all the power you could muster. It's a strength exercise. We did some stretching before. Now this is an exercise for strength. It's designed to strengthen exactly those muscles that make you taller and makes those muscles more flexible that make you smaller, right? Chin comes down as hard as you can. Lumbar spine down as hard as you can. Knees on the mat. Extend your legs as much as you can. Do the same with your cervical spine. After you did that, get up and you measure your height again at the door or the wall, and you'll see that you gained height. Those were 3 exercises. There are many more you can find in our L&B Premium channel. And on a final note, a tip regarding your sleep, because if you should sleep on your side with your knees curled up, as many people do, you're actually sitting in your sleep, and that makes you smaller, even though you compensate that a bit while you're asleep. But if you sleep on your back, return to this back position whenever you wake up during the night, and also briefly do what we just did in this exercise, stretching your lengths. Then you'll have 2 effects rolled into one. And so you can use your sleep to become taller. You could find another video on why our muscles shorten in the first place up here. And how to become taller in your sleep is shown in this video here. And by clicking here, you can subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on any important news.